Wow, that was fantastic. Congratulations to Arianespace. You made our future possible. You repaid our faith in your capabilities. We're deeply indebted to you, your employees, CNES, and the ESA. ABS2 is a symbol of our future. It's a portal to our long-term sustainability. ABS2 is a validation of all of our sweat and tears. Additionally, ABS2 is also a symbol of hope and future success of our customers. The successful launch of ABS2 is certainly a dream come true for all of us, many of us working with us today. Let us cheer the success of Arianespace, L'Oreal, and the ABS team that made this day possible. Thank you and congratulations.
Good evening. I want to thank the Arianespace team for another successful launch of an SSL spacecraft. This is a good start to 2014. We're proud to be the first launch this year, and we're looking forward to several more launches working together. So thank you, Stefan, and the Ariane team. I want to congratulate Tom Choi and the ABS team on the launch of the first satellite that was built specifically for them. We're proud to have been the people who got to do that, and we've worked with you together for a number of years, and it's been a very good relationship. We look forward to future working with you. And then I want to thank the SSL teams, both here in Peru and back home in Palo Alto, for all their hard work over the last number of years, getting the spacecraft ready and getting it successfully launched today. And I can't forget the mission team that's right now working to get the satellite prepared to go into operation to support ABS and their customer community. And then finally, there's one more note. It's not as happy a note. Many of you are probably aware that this past weekend, Bob McFarland passed away. Bob was a key member of the SSL team and a critical part of the space industry, and all of you are, I'm sure, are familiar with him. Bob was a friend, a teacher, and mentor and advisor to many of us. And at SSL, we dedicate this mission to his memory. Thank you.
Being part of a launch team is so emotional that you forget any formalism. So I'm really happy, and I thank the work that Arianespace has done. Things that they make appear so simple are not simple at all. So who has followed the organization and the technicality of a launch know that there are a lot of work, so they are very professional, and I thank you. I thank the organization of the Arianespace, and obviously this is the start of the operation of a new satellite that is a frontier for a big cooperation between two nations. Okay, thank you.
Monsieur le Préfet, Monsieur l'Ambassadeur, Monsieur le Président de Région, Messieurs les officiers généraux,
Mr. Ambassador, officers, ladies and gentlemen, it's always very moving to witness a launch, especially a successful launch, and I would like to thank Arianespace. I know that every launch is everything but an eventless path. Quite the contrary. I know that this is just the end of amazing work put into all of this by Arianespace, the CSG, and the manufacturers of Ariane 5. I would also like to thank CNES and ASI, who conducted the production of the satellite on behalf of the French and Italian Ministries of Defense. And of course, I would like to thank the industry, Thales, Arianespace and Telespazio. Thank you so much for building this satellite. Now, of course, it needs to be positioned, qualified, and kept operational for the next 15 years. This satellite, to us in the French Defense Ministry, is going to provide us with comfort. We're going to have a video conferencing instead of just the telephone. We're going to have maps. We have maps on our smartphones every day. It all sounds very simple and natural, but you never have that in a theater of operations. You don't have fiber optics, you don't have 4G mobile systems. You need to bring along your own infrastructure and networks. And I won't necessarily have our smartphone maps all over the world, but almost. We'll have that on tablets, onboard vehicles, or on aircraft in Paris and elsewhere. And that is only made possible with broadband, the broadband capacity provided by Athena-Fidus. Syracuse is more specialized. It does not provide this type of broadband, and Athena is going to achieve this. And this is really going to be essential for us, as the satellites that were launched last year brought optical capacities to Helios, which is a more military satellite. So it's a great step forward for military communications, and we're not actually necessarily going to go into the cloud, but something a little bit like that, and to have images in the theater of operation from major databases, and we need to have the big pipes to pass for all of this data to pass through. But I think the really important thing today is this sign of this fantastic cooperation between France and Italy, initiated in 2010, and which is not coming to an end today. We shared a lot in the construction of the satellite. SICRAL 2, its sister satellite, will be launched at the end of the year. Both satellites are produced in cooperation. But the cooperation does not end with the launch. Far from it. We are going to be initiating a deep operational cooperation. We're going to share the operations of this satellite over the next 15 years. We're going to have total mutual trust, of course, because Athena will be operated from Maison Lafitte, from Tiresi, while SICRAL will be operated by the Italian MOD from Reno di Valle. And of course, we will need to work in a climate of trust to plan uplinks and connections. So it's a true operational cooperation that's starting between us for at least the next 15 years, at least the lifespan of this satellite. And I think that is probably the most important news for today. It's the start of this cooperation. And 2014, with these two launches, is going to be a key year for military telecommunication satellites and for French-Italian cooperation in this field. Many thanks again to all individuals involved in today's success, and I would say long live Athena-Fidus and the French-Italian cooperation.
Mr. Prefect, Mr. Ambassador, Mr. President of the region, General Laurent, Mr. Israel, Italian authorities in Rome, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very proud, a little bit emotioned and honored to represent today here in Kourou the Italian Ministry of Defense, the General Secretariat of Defense, and the Directorate of Information Technology, Telematics, and Advanced Technology, where I work. The joint, combined, and dual-use space endeavor pursued by our National Space Agency and our Ministry of Defense with the Defense Procurement Direction is on the way to its final destination. A few years after, our countries, Italy and France, agreed to cooperate on two space communication programs, Athena-Fidus and SICRAL 2. Today, we have just witnessed the achievement of the first target, and hopefully we will have the second one before the end of the year. Today, the Athena-Fidus implementation project has been led to conclusion, But more importantly, today, the deployment phase of the project marks its start, and soon the Athena-Fidus project will enter the operational phase. So we have not done, we are doing something to last. In fact, it's a remarkable achievement that this European cooperative space communication project demonstrates again a big success. It will be taken, I'm sure, as an example to follow. Acknowledgement be given to Thales Arianespace and to Telespazio for performing their best to deliver the satellite perfectly. Of course, I wish to say thanks to our national space agencies, CNES and ASI, for leading the procurement and implementation phases. I also wish to say thanks to all men and women working in Segredifesa, Teledife, and in the joint staff who have contributed so much to this success. And last but not least, thanks to Arianespace for taking care of the launch with the European launch vehicle Ariane 5, and thanks for the kind hospitality here. I would conclude with Ad Maiora, and good luck to France and Italy.
Monsieur le Préfet, Monsieur l'Ambassadeur, Monsieur le Président de Région, Madame et Messieurs les officiers généraux, chers amis d'Italie, Mesdames, Messieurs.
My dear friends from Italy, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I would like to thank Arianespace for this beautiful launch, which again has proven the reliability of the launcher. I would like to thank the French and Italian space agencies, the DGA, the French and Italian ministries of defense for their trust. And I'd like to thank our partner, Telespazio. I'm expressing myself on behalf of Telespazio, by the way. I'd like to thank everybody for the quality of their cooperation. Thanks a lot to the Thales Arianespace teams in France, Italy, Belgium, Spain. Thank you to all those who've contributed because of their commitment, professionalism. Thank you to all those who've contributed to the success of this program. Athena-Fidus will have high-speed telecommunication, and it provides services to the armed and land forces and to the security units of France and Italy, and we are very proud of participating to this great success. TAS is ready to meet new challenges. We will spend as much energy to ensure the success of present systems, Syracuse and Sikral, as we will for the development of new systems in the future. The launching of this year, later on this year, Sikral 2, will give us another opportunity of celebrating the French-Italian cooperation. I'm sure that it will go on in the next generation of telecom services. Athena-Fidus satellite has been acquired by the Dongara station. That's the first good news of the evening, as far as we are concerned. Now, our next challenge is the success of its positioning. So I wish good luck to all the teams who are now in control of the spacecraft. I'd like to thank all the teams in France and here for this broadcasting. And thank you in Italian to our Italian friends. And I celebrate the cooperation of us all. Let's go on, and good luck for the future and for our future programs.
Je vous rassure, je crois que je suis l'avant-dernier.
Don't worry too much. I think this is the before last speech. Just one more to go after me. So this year is starting very well. It was a little bit scary at the start, but ultimately we did launch. And I hope, Stéphane, that this will be a series of the first of a series of perhaps even 12 launches this year. So we are returning to a 72nd success of Ariane 5, which further strengthens the reputation for reliability of this European launcher operated from Guyana. and I wanted to congratulate the launch vehicle teams, the industry, Airbus, all of the others who work with Airbus, Arianespace, who operated the launch vehicle under the direction of the European Space Agency in CNES. We had a perfectly mastered launch conditions. This is also the end of a campaign that was initiated early December when the satellites reached the CSG, ABS2, and then Athena-Fidus, and the various teams who worked together in our facilities. I'm sure that the teams enjoyed the quality of service provided by CSG. I would like to thank our clients, ABS2 and Telespazio, who trusted Arianespace with this, and also this base here at the CSG in Guyana. CNES is very happy to witness this cooperation between France and Italy in equal proportions. A successful cooperation where synergies and optimized organizations between DGA, the Italian MOD, Italian Space Agency, and CNES were developed for a highly innovative satellite, 270 million euros, to serve homeland security and the armed forces deployed in various fields of operation, Italian or French military. This telecommunications satellite will operate in Ka bands, military and civilian, with broadband capacities for operations in the field. Will also give a low-cost data exchange capacity with troops on the ground. This cooperation is a new example of mastering costs and sticking to schedules. Arianespace and Telespazio, who led the work on this, and congratulations also to the leaders of this, the way it was conducted between DGA, the Italian Space Agency, CNES, and the Space Center at Toulouse, which worked on the satellite too. The CSG was, again, chosen and made available to clients in Arianespace, thanks to its highly professional and responsive teams, responsive in view of the various events that can occur during a campaign, and therefore CSG's resources provide the best infrastructures and services available from a launch base. So congratulations to all teams, both of institutional and also the industrial teams of Telespazio, for instance, which is one of the members of the Union of Employers of the space base here, the spaceport. And many thanks too to our partners, the armed forces in Guyana and Gendarmerie, who protect us with a fantastic sense of service and maximum availability of our facilities by guaranteeing and ensuring their security. So for the CNES and partners, a great many appointments are going to be following, and the men of the French Space Agency and will of course work very hard to prepare for the future, with the future of Ariane, with broadband satellite communications and electrical propulsion on next-generation satellites. In Guyana, CNES has already started studying the creation of the next Ariane 6 launch site. We need to be prepared when the final decisions are taken by the European authorities. Guyana will be a major partner to address all of these challenges with a base that is both strategic and competitive. I would like to thank the locally elected representatives who work with us, and we work with Guyana and for Guyana. I would like to thank also the operators and hope that their space systems work best at the service of their clients and citizens more broadly. Thank you for your attention.
Juste quelques mots pour conclure. D'abord, dans mon propos introductif de
Just a few words of conclusion. I forgot to welcome two presidents. The president of the Guyana region, who's here with other elected representatives, and Mr. Yannick Descata, a former chairman of CNES. So I'm doing that now.
we will have two other launches in March. So on March the 7th, we should launch Astra and Hispasat for and Amazonas, Astra for SES and Hispasat for Amazonas for Hispasat, sorry. And both these satellites are now in CSG, so we are preparing this launch very actively. And in March, we target to launch with Soyuz the first Sentinel for Copernicus program of the European Commission. So March will be a very busy year, hopefully, and with all the teams, we are highly motivated to prepare these two coming launches. Have a very good evening. Thank you very much to all of you, and now enjoy the evening. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.